Are you gonna dress up a storm for me? Come through.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you are now about to witness
the journey that is the Life Choices podcast.
I tried Hinge, but I was so overstimulated because the dating apps are also just very, I guess, like social media, like very fake and overstimulating, and just they're like false advertisements in like human form.
So are the people not living up to their profiles?
Absolutely not. And it's like scary what's out there.
So I don't know Hinge. I know Tinder. I don't know if it's still when I did Tinder 8 years ago, it was just a hooking up app. There was no actual like finding your love on Tinder.
I have no idea, but
I think that's what it was called.
I heard it's like upgraded now where you can supposedly match like or something. I have no idea.
And then Bumble was the one where women approached men.
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't know what Hinge is. I've not been on that.
Hinge supposedly you can meet or like actually talk to people like in a night. Like it's like meet your match. It's the app you're meant to delete, or I don't know. Their little slogan. But no, I've had some weirdos on there. Like I feel like people, like you mentioned, people who are anxious in dating or discouraged in dating, they feel almost discouraged and want to retreat when they get let down time and time again. So they don't go out. They don't want to meet. They don't want to even try because they're like afraid of rejection. So it's almost easier to download an app, hide behind a screen, create this exciting profile that no one's going to know the truth about. I'm a yoga instructor. Like, let's say.
But I don't understand that though, because, and I'll admit, when I was in my 20s, you know, we were able to go to the bars and we were able to bullshit.
Right.
We were able to bullshit, no problem. We could in our 20s, we could tell people that we were in med school. We could tell whatever story we wanted to when we were like, even when I was like 25, you know, like I'm 47. So when I was 25, you know, you're at that age where things could be believable. Like, oh, I just graduated from med school, or I'm a pilot now. Like you could say whatever you wanted because there was no fact checking. There was no Instagram. There was no Facebook, as far as I know. It didn't come out for a couple years after that, I think. So you could say whatever you wanted in the bars, where I don't understand how people can bullshit on dating apps today, 2025, when if their name is on there, if their real name is on there, it couldn't be that hard to find information out about the person. Like if you type in me, what you know about me, the podcast, the name of it, my Instagram, like there's information about me, about being on boats and yachting from years ago.
Right.
Like it's not hard to know the truth about who I am and what I do.
Right.
So how people can set up a fake profile on a dating app to become this like idea that's something that they're not.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
And then like when you go to meet them,
out the gate, just liar. Just that's what we're walking into.
But I mean, like even from and listen, I scroll, I see what I would assume is not the actual girl. You know, this is what I'm seeing on a phone. Filters, changing of whatever. You know, I don't even know how to use filters, to be honest with you. I know they're at the bottom. You can, and maybe I'm being stupid right now, but I think they're at the bottom, and you just tap one and it changes, you know, the background or what you look like. When you go to meet someone, I assume at Starbucks or a nightclub, I feel like that's probably like not the safest thing to do as a nightclub, but like a public area, like I don't know anymore. You're going to find out that the person doesn't look the same.
If I'm meeting someone, I like to do like casual and also like social meets sometimes. Like I'm out with my friends already, and if they want to meet me, I want it to be on a less pressure, one-on-one.
Even playing ground.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm actually out right now, I'm with my friends. And if they want to meet me, just to put a face to the person and kind of engage on a like low pressure, yeah, I just want to see you and say hi. Okay, cool, I'm here. And they want to see me, they're going to come through. no pressure. And then it's that face to face. Oh, you are cute. Oh, you are cute. Okay. And then we'll like go from there. But I can already read what someone's on like when I was on Hinge, if their interest in wanting to get to know me is on some like pay attention to detail. When I did have a Hinge profile, I was like, I go crazy for tacos, coffee, and Marvel movies. That literally was my like catch on or whatever, like my little phrase or whatever. So a lot of guys would be like, which is your favorite Marvel character? Or they'd be like, coffee? Okay, 9 a.m., let's go. Whatever.
And would you go though?
No, but that's what I liked. I liked people attentively responding to those cute little cues, right? But
Like actually reading the profile and then almost calling you
right.
out on it.
Yeah, like
they're
what kind of tacos? That's adorable. But if you're reading that and you message me at 2 a.m, are you going to dress up a storm for me? Come through. What? That's gross. Like you're going to get blocked. Like, so
Yeah, but I'm sure it happens a lot.
listen, it does. So what I'm saying is women know how to read through that energy, and then that hookup culture that a lot of the guys on the apps that even have in their seeking for what or whatever portion of that app, they're putting looking for long term, looking for a relationship. And they're the creepy ones that are sliding at 2 a.m. trying.
You say hookup culture. For me, when I was in my 20s and most of my early 30s, I mean, it was just go to the bar.
Right.
I would just go to the bar. I would get drunk with my friends, see a pretty girl, and just try to be confident enough or dance or whatever it is to attract the energy to eventually be taken home or take home. That and hook up. That's what I was at the bar for.
Right.
I wasn't at a bar searching for love. I was at a
Right.
bar searching for tonight.
Well, those are what the apps are. They're a bar.
I'm gonna link you up with a friend of mine who runs a program that is, it's literally called With Intention, Dating with Intention. Completely different than the apps.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get into that later. But when it comes,
Wait, are you setting me up?
no. I'm setting you up with an organization
That's cool.
that could help you find an actual relationship,
Nice.
or at the very least, a friendship or a business opportunity or some other type of relationship. The apps, I always had a problem with them when I was on them because it was a lot of swiping, to find something that you actually liked. And it's based on physical look first, because you're looking first and then you're reading.
Right.
If you see something you like, then you read.
Right.
But to be honest, I think most people weren't honest on there, men and women.
Yeah.
Because you could put whatever you want, just knowing that if you put looking for long term, that's gonna grab certain women to reach out to you.
Yeah, you're right.
And the one that I was on that I enjoyed was Bumble, because you can match all you want, but the woman goes first. You can't message the girl. The girl messages you, then you have a certain amount of time that you can respond back, and then the conversation can go back and forth. And that's why I like that one, because the Tinder, when I was on that, about 8 years ago, it was literally like, for me, I was just looking to get laid. And I'd swipe. Oh, like that. And then I lived in a place where across the street was a bar, like a restaurant bar. And that was my go-to. I'd be like, hey, do you want to go grab a drink next week? And if they were keen, they would meet me, because it's a public area. You feel safe.
Right.
I don't like the idea of people meeting on an app and going to a bar.
Right.
Like I don't want to say disco, but like a nightclub.
Yeah.
A restaurant bar is a bit different. It's a bit more open, a
Yeah.
lot less noise, more communication, more eyes
Vigilant,
around.
yeah.
So everyone
Agree.
can feel safe, because men can get in trouble just as much as women can, because the women could have someone else in the parking lot, and then one thing leads to another, and you're also in trouble as a man. But I played the game. I met them for a drink. Typically wouldn't be eating, maybe one appetizer, but like we'd have a drink. Conversation was going good, or if I felt the energy was kind of like, oh, this might actually end up at my house, another drink. But I would only do 2 drinks. And then I had a line that I used, because my house was across the street. I had a lakefront, the back of my house was on a lake, so I would say to them, I would say, listen, I know this really cool place. If you want to go get like one more drink, it's a really cool patio. It's got like nice like string lights, and it's like a body of water in front of it. It's really cool atmosphere. And they'd be like, oh, what's it called? I'd be like, oh, my place. And then they would giggle, right? And then a telltale sign usually is a giggle and then a touch like on the elbow or on the knee because you're sitting at the bar. And then I was like, bet, check. And then back to the house. And I had the full liquor, all the decanters and everything. And we'd sit by the water, have another drink. And then one thing led to another. And that was my dating app thing. Otherwise, the Bumble was when the girl approached me, and then maybe that might end up being like an actual date, like go for dinner or something like that.
Right.
But back then, I didn't give a fuck about anything but myself. And be honest with you, I was on those dating apps to source out what I wanted.
Right.
And I could say whatever I wanted on there. I didn't bullshit with the photos. I put me up there, you know, whatever photos I thought would be like the best ones to be seen.
Right.
And I wrote whatever needed to be written in order to get someone to say, yeah, let's go grab a drink.
Yeah.
So hookup culture, it's still there. It's still difficult. I don't know how well these apps vet people. I think that's the bigger problem when it comes to dating apps. Or I think that's what like most people are having problems out there when they go on dating apps, is that you just don't know, is the person being truthful? Am I going to meet the person that I'm seeing on the app? And what are they actually looking for?
Well, you prompted a question there that I have for you, actually. Do you think a lot of the guys that are on the apps that, let's say, they are just looking for a hookup as well, if that's all they're looking for and they are kind of like vetting out women until they also grow up or they go through life, they're literally just going to continue finding women, hooking up with them, going through them, and that's all they want. It doesn't matter who they meet, what kind of woman it is. They're going to outsource women through the app to just continue getting their fix, like hooking up with them, doing what they're doing.
What I think it is, and again, I'm out of the dating realm, but what I think it is, it's like Uber Eats. As bad as that might sound, and I'm sure there are both types of men out there. Genuine men that want to find something that may lack confidence to approach someone in public. So it is easier for them to be vulnerable, as we talked about last episode, to reach out to someone on a platform where they're not sliding into a DM.
Yeah.
They're not part of the rest of the guys that DM, because I know there's some good-looking women that probably get like hundreds of DMs every single day, and that's got to be annoying.
Yeah.
And if a good guy slips in there, they're not going to know. So I think those honest, genuine men are on those apps. They might not be the physical appearance of what some women might want, but even the ones that are physically attractive that are looking for something real, I think there's a larger population, and I'm just guessing at this, that is trolling for the quick and easy, because we are in a world of such mass convenience. You do not need to leave your house for anything anymore until you find something that you like enough to make the effort to leave your four walls.
To go get it.
So I think Uber Eats, Tinder, Bumble, I honestly think it's kind of, and it's both men and women, because there's lots of women out there that don't actually want a relationship, you know, that might string along whatever type of guy that's on there, and all they're looking for is a safe place to get their boots off.
Right.
You know, it does go both ways.
Yeah,
because 90% of the women that I hooked up with when I was on apps, they too weren't looking for anything serious.
Yeah.
And if they were, it was always like after the fact when they run into you downtown, they're like, oh, well, I would have dated you, but you just seemed like you just wanted sex. It's like, I think there was two of us doing the sex, right? There was the two of us, and we were both messaging each other after the app for sex, right? There wasn't the, hey, do you want to go grab dinner? Or, hey, do you want to go to a movie? It was like, hey, what are you doing?
Right.
So,
what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not hard to figure out what that means. It's like, oh, I'm doing you in about an hour.
Yeah.
So
I'm home.
I think that there are both types of men on the apps. I think the fact that we are in a world of convenience for everything, it's going to sound so bad. Some things are cheaper online. And I'm only saying that because today I went to Publix on my way home to get Drano and Kleenex. And I've ordered both these things on Amazon before. And sure enough, I looked on my past orders and both items were cheaper on Amazon. Yeah. So instead of picking it up right then and there, I ordered it and it comes 2 days from now. So that's just like a silly example.
I mean,
But same thing on a dating app. It's
Yeah.
cheaper if you find it on an app in the comfort of your house while you're watching a movie, scrolling around the phone,
Right.
than putting in the effort to get all dolled up, man or woman, go out to a social atmosphere, whether it's a friend's party, a bar. I don't know where else people go socially to do things. Trivia night.
Honestly, I wish people did more things like that to organically meet people. People are so scared to really go out and just put themselves out there and date. I want to organically meet someone at like the farmer's market.
A friend of mine met on Tinder and been married for years.
That's cute.
Yeah,
No, I've heard of
has a
that.
couple of kids and everything like that.
100%.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
But to bring back to the point of the convenience is that even when it comes to dating, it's easier to scroll on a
You have
app
options. Yeah.
than getting up, going out, driving downtown, paying for parking, going to a
Effort.
bar, fishing for someone to talk to, paying for drinks, to then find someone that if you're not just trying to get laid that night, you meet someone that might be of quality, then you got to meet again for like a dinner date. It might be a couple of dinner dates like that. That's an investment of time and money where you might just get lucky enough that on your phone while sitting at home at the end of the night, it's just easy. It's just convenient right there.
Yeah.
The aspect of which we've all wanted to do, we all want to go to the Sunday market, or we want to be at the outdoor car show, or we want to be at the gym, and we want that serendipitous moment where you just meet someone and it's like, hey, hi, oh my God, I totally love your vibe. Like, do you want to just like, when you're done your workout, you want to go grab a coffee? And like, it just goes to going on a date 2 days from now. And then like every couple days you meet up again. Like that would be wonderful. The bigger problem, I think, with that, and this is a whole other topic for another day, but people at our age, and I'm going to say 35 and up, have been programmed by themselves due to their thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is a whole Dr. Joe Dispenza thing. If you don't know him, we'll talk about it off tape. We have become a certain individual, and some of those individuals have predisposition on approaching or being approached. So right away, if I was still out there in the world of single, or at least the way I was back then, would have been, oh, I'd like to approach her, but I know she probably gets approached all the time, and she's probably just going to put her back up, and it's going to be like embarrassing for me. And that's a big reason why people don't go and approach. Conversely, the individual who gets approached all the time is sick of it because the people that approach them are usually only after A or B, not A, B, and C. So they right away kind of scoff at the person that's coming up to them. It's the individuals themselves, the general public of our age group of 30 plus, 35 and up, and even harder when you get 40 and up, because you've been through so many situations that didn't work out that you have a predisposition as how something's going to happen, so you don't allow it to happen.
Before it happens.
And that comes into a bigger topic that we discuss on here all the time, which is becoming a better you, which is letting go of the old parts of you. Because if you want something to change in your life, you need to change. Because if you're thinking the same thoughts all the time, you're just reinforcing the chemical reaction inside of you to create more of those thoughts and feelings, which creates more of that reality. And like I said, that's a whole other conversation for another time.
I like that.
But that is literally what I'm learning as I'm growing as an individual and absorbing information that makes total sense to me, that if someone wants that serendipitous thing, you have to look inside of yourself and figure out what is it about me that's preventing that from happening. And then change that within you, and then create the thought process of it happening. Unexpectedly, it will happen.
Yeah.
It sounds far-fetched and it's not as long and as hard to do once you read the information on how to do it.
Yeah, you have to allow the space
Yes.
to create it.
Yes. It is again, I'm so grateful I'm not in the dating realm. God forbid if I was ever in it again, I would be able to navigate it a lot easier for multiple reasons of what I just kind of touched on.
Yeah,
I'm a different human being because I expect a different level from myself, not from others. I expect a different level from myself, and that's what I put out there in the realm of friendship. Because when I'm out at the gym, I'm genuinely creating new friendships with complete strangers, more men than women, because I'm in a gym and I understand the respect of not invading a woman's space when they're working out. Men very approachable in the gym to create friendships, of being confident within myself enough, because that's a very tough area when you're in the gym. A lot of not confident people, even though they're in the gym, to start a conversation with someone else who looks physically good. There's that, oh, should I make a comment? Should I help them? Should I lift, should I spot for them? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Right.
But my confidence is I'm here to help people. It's my movie. Everyone else is extras, so I don't give a fuck who they are. They don't matter when it comes to what I think about myself anymore. So therefore, I'm able to be confident within myself. And that's a big thing. So, and that's the kind of information that I want to share with people. To finish it off,
I like that.
the person, he's been on the show 2-3 times before. His name is Tom Lemire, and he runs the Tom Lemire Project, and he's also opened up another business with somebody else that together they have an application. They create events for people to come to meet other people. His Tom Lemire Project is about dating with intention. So basically, he vets all the guys that come. There's a certain amount of people allowed to show up at an event. It costs a certain amount of money. It's a mixer. And he has it at different places, nice venues. I mean, we're in South Florida. And the women he doesn't really have to vet, but there's like kind of like a group page on Facebook, I think, where the girls can chat with each other, so you can kind of like get to know each other before you show up. And same with the men, they can talk there a little bit, so when you show up, you don't have that uneasy feeling of not knowing people when you come to an event like this. But the point of it is to come with an intention to find someone to date, not a hookup. And that's why he vets the men. And then I don't know what goes on at the actual event. I've not been to one. But then, like he says, which I repeat, is at the very least a friendship, at very least a job opportunity, a business opportunity. But it seems like a really great idea for people who are of a certain age, who are looking for something real, to actually go and not feel like it's going to be a waste of their time. I think it comes down to, two things: being confident within yourself and understanding that there's a possibility of having to filter through some shit to get to something good. And then if you want something new in your life, you have to look inside yourself to see what is it that I'm doing or I'm not doing that's preventing me from getting what it is I actually want in the future.
Very well said. I like that. You just healed a part of me.
Thank you very much once again for making the drive and sitting down with us here on the Lyfe Choyces podcast. I appreciate it every time you show up.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone out there, once again, thank you very much for coming back each and every week. Love seeing the community growing. We'll see you next Tuesday here, 2 p.m. on the Lyfe Choyces podcast. Much love, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You are now about
The Journey, Life Choices podcast.